Hello guys, so this video is purely for those of you who are writing the May 2025 examination. So if you're writing the January 2025 exam, you can skip this video right away. So for May 25 students, Law and DT, these two which are your Group 1 papers, I'm going to be doing these sessions live online with of course 100% recorded backup. Now what extra can you get from my sessions? Number one, yes, these sessions are live online and purposely I've kept the timing as 2 to 5:15 p.m. The reason is, see, your examination timing is also going to be 2 to 5 and it is natural that we as humans, we generally tend to get a little lethargic post lunch, especially in this time period. We are a little sleepy, we're a little lethargic, and this is actually, if you see, your most inactive time during the day. But we have to train our brain to be really active and sharp exactly in this period. So I am targeting that part of your day which is generally spent, in post-lunch lethargy, if I can say it, and we're taking that time and we're converting it into productive class time. Alright, so we will be doing these sessions alternate days, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday we're doing Law, and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday we're doing DT. So this way you'll be getting a mixture. It won't get boring for you. It's not like all day, every day you're doing the same paper. It's going to be alternate days and it's going to be 2 to 5:15 p.m. so that we get accustomed to making these 3 hours the most active 3 hours of a day. Number 3, you're going to be having tests after each chapter, and also it will be followed by full syllabus tests. Now just giving tests, just writing tests is not enough. What also matters is how the correction happens and who corrects your paper. See, your correction will be done by a person who is correcting ICAI answer papers as well. So you will get the real feel of correction that actually happens in ICAI exams, in your final exams. And also, out of every 4 papers, 1 paper will be corrected by me, so that even I can personally get to know where exactly you stand and how your progress is. Alright, so your papers will be corrected by a person who is correcting ICAI papers, and 1 in every 4 papers will be corrected by me. And apart from this, see, a lot of times it is noticed that many students avail recorded lectures, okay, and after availing the recorded lectures, they just don't watch. See, know that just investing the fee is not going to be sufficient. You also have to sit and watch the lectures now. So here a mentor plays a huge role. So a mentor will be assigned to each one of you to check your progress and to ensure that you're actually finishing the lectures and revising. See, this is what I call the study buddy concept, where you will be put into groups and each group will be given specific targets to finish. So every week the mentor and I will have live meetings with you on Zoom to check your progress. That way you will have some accountability. And then yes, of course, your doubt support will be through WhatsApp as and when you are doing the sessions. When you come across any doubts, if you are attending the sessions live, of course you can get the doubt clarified live then and there itself. But if you decide to watch a session as recordings, let's say, and there if you get a doubt, you can always WhatsApp and get those doubts clarified. And of course, yes, these sessions are going to be 100% in English. And if you've seen any of my videos in the past, or any of my sessions if you've attended, I have this concept of classroom notes, what I call, where I discuss the entire concept with you in chart form, where I write, where we make the charts together in class itself in these classroom notes. So the whole method of teaching, the whole method of class, the whole class style will be like this, yes, that we will be doing a lot of charts, alright, to learn concepts. That way what happens is the entire concept gets imprinted in our memory. So we make the chart in class only. It's not like I'm going to make a ready-made chart and show you. No, we will make the chart together in class only, whether it is for Law, whether it is for DT. So every concept, everything that I say will be there in the chart. So you don't have to take down any running notes, because whatever are my classroom notes, they are your running notes. So the entire discussion, whether it is Law, whether it is DT, it's going to be 100% in these chart forms. These classroom notes will also be given to you. Now coming to the next point, when it comes to DT, how are my sessions different from everybody else's lectures available online? See, number one, DT, your taxation paper has undergone a lot of amendments because of the Finance Act 2024. Alright, and also ICAI has released the updated study material which is applicable May 2025 exam onwards. So my sessions are not existing sessions which are going to be given to you. The existing sessions are valid only till Jan 2025 exams. So those existing recordings will not hold good May 2025 examination onwards. So what you will be getting is fully updated, fully amended as per Finance Act 2024. The latest sessions is what you're going to be getting. Number one. And number two, I follow a very different approach when it comes to DT when compared to everybody else. My sessions are really exhaustive, and you can ask anybody who has attended my DT sessions before and they will vouch for this. Looking at the past examination trend, okay, it is noticed that ICAI has literally leveled up. So even we have to level up our style of preparation. So therefore, just knowing concepts today is not enough. We have to make our concepts stronger through questions only. So therefore, what we generally do is the method of learning is like this. I'll take a concept, discuss the concept with you. In that concept, what are all the places where generally students make a mistake? We'll discuss about those concepts. Then under that concept, what are all the questions that are possible? We'll work out all those questions. Then we'll go to the next concept. We'll repeat the same process. Then once we end the entire chapter, we will work out questions which test us on the entire chapter. So that way what happens is on the same concept, you have seen a question 2 to 3 times. So in class itself, you get really thorough with your conceptual knowledge and you're more or less ready now to face the examination. So the second best part of the classes, the DT classes, would be that you would be getting a very good balance of concepts and questions practice. See, at this point, I would like to show you an example. Like, let's say we are discussing about the residential status of a HUF. Now this chart is something that we made in class together. So we will first discuss the whole concept, guys. After we've discussed the concept, we've made the concept in a chart form. So when you're revising later, it's very easy for you to simply recall the concept. Then after we are done with the concept, you see the CT1, CT2. These are what I call as concept tests. So concept test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These concept tests are those points which are generally overlooked by students, points where generally, a twist in the question is possible. So we discuss all that. Then applying all this, if you see question 1, question 2, we worked out two questions on this concept. The small tiny concept, residential status of HUF. So on this one concept itself, we have done such an extensive discussion. Similarly, let's say we go to the next concept, residential status of company. Now the concept is very simple, but the same concept, if I keep telling you the concept from left to right, okay, but if the examination, the question is from right to left, you should still be able to answer. So that is why what we do is the same concept we take from all the various points of view possible. This is the first point of view. Then let us say this is the second point of view. Then we created a summary that these are all the possible situations. And then on this concept we saw a question. So this way, any concept you take, we first discuss the provision in chart form, alright. And then we see what are the places where mistakes are possible. And then we work out questions on that particular concept. Then we keep doing this concept after concept, and once we reach the end of the chapter, we'll work out questions covering the entire chapter. And yes, there will be a few homework questions also which will be given to you, once now and then, and these homework questions will then be discussed in the next session. Similarly, when it comes to law, again the same thing, ICAI has released a new study material which is applicable May 2025 examination onwards, specifically May 2025 examination onwards. So there are some changes in that material and also there are some amendments. So all of that has also been covered in these live online sessions, okay. So and even when it comes to law, there is going to be not only discussion of concepts, we are going to be doing a nice connection of concepts with the practical examples as well. I'll give you an example. Like for example, in corporate social responsibility, you learn about implementing agencies. So we will connect that concept with Reliance Foundation. In prospectus chapter, you learn about GDRs, Global Depository Receipts. So we'll connect that concept with the Luxembourg Stock Exchange. So like this, when you go to the examination hall with a thorough conceptual understanding, along with all these practical examples, it will be very quick for you to identify what exactly is the examiner asking you. And that is why if you see, if I need to make, like for example, when it comes to DT, if I need to make such a detailed, if I need to make such an in-depth class discussion with you, wherein I do concepts and questions, I can't complete it in 100 hours. So therefore, I take a solid 160 hours to complete DT, because that way you're spending a lot of time in class, yes, but your time at home doing self-study gets minimized and it's more effective. Similarly, when it comes to law, if I have to do a good conceptual discussion with you along with practical discussions, actually purely preparing you for the examination later, again I take a good 130 to 140 hours to finish your entire law paper. 140 minimum, not 130 to 140, it's 140 to 150. So we will be spending a good amount of time in class, alright, learning provisions, and the thing is, a lot of times students say that they are actually able to do a lot of learning with me in class itself. So the time they spend at home becomes much lesser for these papers when compared to the other papers. So this is it about the May 2025 batch that I wanted to talk to you all about. If you'll have any other questions, you can WhatsApp me and get them clarified.